Welcome back to Goldwynn Dinner Club. I'm Grif.
I'm Parker. I can't possibly match that. How exuberant. That's how
My audio peaked like crazy.
Peaked like crazy, dog. Exuberant.
People are saying that was the most audio has ever peaked just now.
Some people are saying.
Some people are saying.
I'm sorry to do this, but I need to start us on kind of a down note.
No, don't start on a down note. Start on a positive note.
Well, it is positive. It's going to turn positive, and I'm going to turn this whole thing upside down.
Let's do it quick.
Okay, I need to apologize to David the Gnome. And I know that sounds shocking, but a few episodes ago, I was singing the theme song.
David the Gnome died, dude. He's a tree now.
Well,
you don't have to apologize.
Some would say that he's living more than ever. What I want to say is I'm apologizing to the show. I have a couple corrections to make. The first is that the show is not Scandinavian in origin. The book that it's based on was, but the show is Spanish. It's David El Nomo. And that theme song is pretty close to the English theme song, so I was wrong. I want to say that publicly, and I want to say I was wrong about one other thing as it concerns David the Gnome, and that is the show is not bad. I think when I was being very flip about it, most shows that we grew up...
That was me.
Yeah, but I kind of agreed with you, and I went along with it, and I should have stopped and corrected you, because that's my responsibility.
I should have stopped you from
It was a little bit...
disliking that
It was
show.
a little bit of a locker talk, like Billy Bush situation. I should have stopped you and corrected the record. The bottom line is, the show is actually pretty magical. Like, I don't remember this being the case, but when I went back and watched it, like, I was entranced. And it's like all about the ecology of this fantasy species of gnomes, and they'll just spend 20 minutes talking about how they build their house, and they'll show you like an isometric floor plan, and I'm like, I can't believe something this like differently
right,
it's so cozy and it's so sweet, and there's this kind of like very calm environmentalist message, and I gotta say, like, you should try watching it again. It's totally reassuring.
I mean, as an adult, my opinion of it's going to be totally different.
Yes.
And I might end up liking it. That's not what
as
I'm
a
saying
kid.
at all.
As a kid, it didn't work. Because...
As a kid, and my entire point, I think if you listen to that episode again, you'll see my entire point was that as a kid, that was boring.
Your opinion is valid. I just wanted to say
compared
I shouldn't
to
have said
Rocko's
what I said.
Modern Life,
yes,
and
of
like
course.
all the other Nicktoons that were really like funny.
What it's competing with and the channel it's on. Yeah, I just wanted to say for the record that I was very flip talking about like, but the show wasn't good. I was wrong. It actually is very good, and the animation was kind of, at the end, like the quality of the animation itself was enthralling. Like I genuinely enjoyed the illustrative quality of it. I enjoyed the tone. I just wanted to say that I take back what I said. I think the show actually has a lot of merit just on its own, and I'm sitting here being the bigger man, both literally and metaphorically, than David the Gnome.
This is going to be our apology episode.
This is it.
I'm sorry. I just want to say to everybody that I'm sorry you all took my words out of context.
I'm sorry that you made me do this. Like, whoa.
Look what you made me do.
So see, this is what I'm talking about with Aghanim. Can you mouse over his head? I thought that like those were his eyeball. I thought he was wearing like sunglasses up top, and then that was his like his mouth open, the pink circle in the middle. So he's going, oh, but that's like a tiara, and underneath it are his little eye whites. Do you see what I mean? I thought he was wearing like a knapsack on his head, and he had like closed eyes.
Wait, where do you see?
Look at
how you think the tiara is the mouth.
Yes, and so above that he's like blindfolded, and he's wearing like a do-rag or something. And I gotta say, I'm not alone. I have seen other people like do that diagram and like draw it on the internet, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh, like he's got bangs or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, check this out. Let's do it.
Did you get the Master Sword yet? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Is that funny?
I think you missed. I think we missed something.
What?
Didn't the last episode? Weren't we like in the middle of the Forbidden Forest? Like,
No.
looking for the Master Sword?
No, we got it. Ow!
Are you sure?
I'm positive we got it. We came up to the castle. I think I said, look at this Kremzeek looking dude when I was talking about the electricity in front of the door. I love that I'm getting this guy with this bug net. This is fun.
I'm gonna move my mouse over to this side. There it goes.
Eat it.
Bye.
This is embarrassing you. He's like, oh, no, it isn't.
Can you use the jars? You probably can't.
Ow! Yeah, you can't touch him directly.
Oh!
Why would you do that?
Just shoot it back at him.
You can't hit that one.
No.
This one's probably going to
You know what I just found out? I was playing Wind Waker, and I just found out, so when you're fighting Phantom Ganon, he has 2 different laser balls he'll shoot at you.
Ow.
One of them is like the classic blue kind that you know you can shoot back at him. But then the other kind is red, and it splits into a bunch of
You
little
do the
balls,
spin
and they'll
attack.
come at you. Yeah, and I just found that out. You can spin attack.
You
them.
didn't know
I was
that?
like, why does it take so long to fight?
Yeah,
this
that was the
boss?
fun thing. I was like, oh, that's such a cool spin on this is called the Dead Man's Volley, by the way. This what he does. It has a name. For the uninitiated, the Dead Man's Volley. Oh, that's cool.
I like how it's in like a classroom. There's like windows on all sides.
Yeah, it's like at the top of the tower. God. Shoot a normal one! If he doesn't rotate, it's lightning. It's taking forever because I'm not using the sword. I'm just going to use the sword now. Ah! 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 Wow, 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 wow. Whoa. That's, in my world, he didn't say any dialogue. He just screamed. Spun around. Because I get the feeling if you killed someone, they're probably not going to give you a bunch of paragraphs. It is I, Sahasrara. The place where you now stand was the Golden Land. Only Link has the power to defeat Ganon. Here we are, dude. This is such a trip. So for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with the history, like, this was one of the first Super Nintendo big grand adventures. And after those first 3 dungeons, a lot of us who played this game for the first time genuinely thought that was the final boss fight with Aghanim. We're like, the end. Wow, this is an incredible game. Because most of these games are like a couple hours. And we're like, cool, end of the game. So when they send you to an entirely different world that you go back and forth between with like 8 more dungeons, there's still nothing that rivals that to this day. They've tried. They've been like, yeah, you go back in time and Ocarina. The scale is not the same. This was like, you have an entirely new world. Like, Ocarina of Time really got close to that, but this was the first time that it's like, just the scope of that came out of nowhere, and it was such a surprise. So nowadays, maybe you're like, okay, whatever, old man. But back in the day,
Whatever.
you old man. But back in the day, this was shocking, on top of very impressive. Ooh, nice. Was that a complete? Oh, we need one more. Okay, so the only thing though about when you first enter the Dark World is you basically just need to go straight to the first dungeon. Don't mess around, just go. So I know we got a few more minutes, so I know that's maybe not a clean edit, but we got to just go straight there.
Where are we going?
We're going straight to the first dungeon, the Palace of...
We're going straight to the first dungeon?
Yep, Palace of Darkness.
Well, that's because you already did everything else, right? Like, you already got the bug nest.
There's pretty much... Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, after this, there's a lot you can do switching back and forth, but at this point, there's pretty much nothing you can do because everything's blocked off by needing the hook shot or the hammer, and you need to go get the hammer immediately, or you're going to have nothing. Yeah, this is just a heart refill station. We're good. And at this point, you need to make sure you have plenty of rupees, or this monkey coming up is going to take you for
Can we just
ride.
stop for a sec? Who is that tree?
Oh, so I didn't talk to him. I meant to mention this. In the Dark World, the reason we don't turn into a bunny anymore is we have the Moon Pearl, which lets us keep our real form. It's kind of like Twilight Princess when you turn into a wolf. Your soul, your body matches your soul. So that's why Ganon is a big pig. He's a greedy piece of crap. And that's why this guy, why he turned into a bush, I don't know, but he turned into a bush. And some people...
Does that have anything to do with, like, the Deku Forest?
It says... it says it reflects it reflects your heart. He says, I came here because of greed, and look what happened to me. To restore the gold, I'm like, you turn into a bush? Why is that greedy? I don't know. I have no idea why a bush is greedy. But I think...
Does that have anything to do with the Deku Forest, or like...
No. I wouldn't try to connect this to really other games. Like I mentioned Twilight Princess, but you're only going to hurt yourself trying to connect Zelda games. Don't bother. It's its own thing. Like they kind of mention it in Twilight Princess, like, oh, in the Twilight Realm, your form reflects your... I'm like, that's how it is in the Dark World. And then in A Link Between Worlds, which is a direct sequel to this, Lorule looks exactly like the Dark Realm, but it isn't the Dark Realm. I'm like, so what is it? I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, also, why am I being blocked here? Normally you can go right through.
Go up a little higher.
There we go.
You can see the path.
That was weird.
You know you can see the path, right?
Yeah.
It's not invisible.
Yeah. I was just off by like tiniest bit. Oh, I need to go through actually. Anyway, yeah. So all this stuff is superficially connected. It's supposed to make you, as an older fan, go like, oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of that game. That's it.
I like that they're all so far apart that like evolution can take place in between everything.
Yeah.
And it's a magical realm, so evolution can be a little faster.
Monk.
Oh, it's Kiki the monkey. Kiki.
Do you know that Dennis Hopper bit in the Mario Brothers movie? Monkey. Give me that Devo gun. He blasts the guy, and then he turns into a chimp, and he just goes, monkey, and smiles. Like, that's it. It's the best.
Well, that's been another episode of Goldwynn Dinner Club. Thanks for watching, everybody. Join us tomorrow for another apology video for something else that we said.
Oh, man. Peace.